Hey, Monica.
Hi, Simon. Hi, Stephanie.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, Alda.
Hey, Alta.
So, who's sharing the screen?
I actually need 2 minutes because I have to go to the door. I ordered my lunch because I wasn't going to cook. Give me 2 minutes.
Okay.
Also, if you want, you can start pulling up the screen.
Okay. I'll do that.
Okay, I'm back.
Mm.
I think we left off in forms last time.
We were doing reference data.
Did we finish all the forms?
No, we didn't finish reference data. We did till user designation.
Okay.
I think that we were on. No, I think that we were on ADA. No, ADA reports.
No,
No, we said that we had to look into more information for ADA, and then we were going to move on, I believe, to
we already did alerts, forms.
alerts. We
reference.
did. Forms, we didn't go through all of them, but yeah, we were up to reference data.
Okay.
So go to reference data. So we done till designation.
Okay. So I go to studio.
Mm-hmm. So studio is sub-classification of any department. They've divided their workforce into different studios and who work on different projects. So basically, we define the studios here. This is the list of studios that exist on today's date. And what are the columns? The ATP flag we can ignore because it doesn't hold any significance now. We can remove it the day we do some changes because the ATP module has moved to our CMS. And what is the last column? Studio backup. That is also related to ATP. So the basically studio and studio description, there's not much to it. But there is within a studio, we define studio staff. This screen is not, this screen needs refinement in the sense we don't see the other information and until we have edit rights. But basically for a studio, we define the studio staff, which would be roles applicable to the studio. Like we have studio director as one of them. Earlier it used to be one studio director. Now it could be multiple studio directors for a studio. And then we have studio admin staff and studio, I don't know what all designations, but basically all that comes from designation. But studio director was the main, and then non-admin staff was for ATP, but not used anymore. So we defined those for each of the studios, which is later used in design bundle. Basically, every design bundle, since that for work is divided between different studios, it's in a design bundle we specify which studio is working on this design bundle, and then who's the studio director assigned to this design bundle. Since there are many, that it'll come in the drop down. If it's one, it gets auto selected. If it's more than one, there's a user can pick up the studio director who's responsible for this design bundle. And then we have what do we have? So basically, it's used in the design model screen once it's defined here. So the definition or changes don't happen much often until somebody retires or change of director happens. Then we come and change it here, and it gets applied to the subsequent projects. And if we have to change for existing projects, we have to go and manually do it or bulk update via the IT department. Just a minute, what happened? Okay, so this is Studio. Basically, if we have the edit rights, we could have seen the edit screen, which basically allows to pick the staff members of the studio. Now, in a design model, we have other roles that we identify, which are design manager, design project manager, and but those are not tied to a studio. That's an open bucket for the any department, and then they could be internally classified under different studios, but in as far as the application is concerned, we don't have a tie-up with the studio for them. I think they do work off the different design managers and different DPMs for each studio, but we don't maintain the classification in PTS. So that's about it for studio. What
Okay.
is next?
Subconsultants.
Sub-consultants are
Well, that's weird that I'm not able to get
There's
into
a
this screen.
issue when I go to that.
What, sorry?
I said I got the same issue, the same message when I go to that.
Oh, okay. So I guess we can go to, I can see later why I'm getting this error, but that
But
was weird.
Aldo, please do see this, and even the NTP, like it's becoming a hurdle to do things. Well, I'm not working with this screen, but NTP, I need to. So, what's going on? Why do we get timeout? And it's pointing to Dev 1. I don't know if that is correct also
Okay,
in QA. So we need to, not only the stories assigned. Sometimes when these kind of hurdles, we need to attend to that because that stops our work.
sure.
Okay, so next is well, sub-consultants are basically defined here. The list comes from ORCMS. I think it gets updated from ORCMS also and via batch process, and then we can maintain it here also, but basic list comes from there, and then it's further used for capacity projects on the API page.
Wait, just to go back to that sub-consultant issue, right? That's not working in production either. I thought we got rid of the sub-consultants page. I think it was through the API screen, no?
Well, then in API page we don't. Okay, let's go to API for a capacity project. Let's go
Yeah,
to
it's only for capacity, right?
It is, but you are saying it's gone now, right?
In production, there is no sub-consultant page.
Really?
Well, you get an error.
Then how
Because
does the UAT? This is another thing. Why should UAT behave differently from production?
Yeah, but
Well,
I think we need
it
to.
is the same code, yeah. I don't know. Well, and also it is the same database. So I don't know if there's some
Yeah.
configuration on the web config file, if there's something different in there.
But we should put that in the sprint, right, or a sprint to look at why
Yeah.
the sub-consultants isn't working. It's
If you
there,
pull up
Monica, but
no, this is
it
a
crashes.
CIP project, Aldo.
It's
Sorry,
got to be
Sam.
capacity for sub-consultants.
You want a capacity,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, yeah. But Monica, it is there in production, but there's an error, right? It says
Oh, it's
PTS
a
MVC application.
PTS MVC application.
Which I thought we got rid of a long time ago. So it looks like it was a screen that wasn't migrated.
But then it shouldn't be in the menu.
Correct.
Do I get, okay, here's one.
Go down. What does it
No,
say?
the schedule information is not available.
Okay, that's because it's very old, I think. But then it should come from data warehouse. I don't know what the LLW number was.
Wait,
Nothing came up.
Scroll down, Aldo. You should still see the sub-consultants. Can you just scroll down? Here,
Yeah.
on the bottom left corner, you see? Add. And then you see here, Monica, this is where they do it. So I
Yes,
think two
this-
things. Wait, listen, just listen a second. One, we should remove the sub-consultant's menu item.
Mhm.
Two, we need to test this, and this is where they do it. Right?
But why do we need to disable the, oh, because it's an MVC is what you're saying?
Yeah, it doesn't work. And the reason it doesn't work is we probably said, don't migrate it. We can do it here.
Yeah, they're doing it on
Yeah.
another screen, so we
So,
don't need menu.
so we need to do the page, right?
What does the page do? Different to
So-
what we can do here.
No, that's the master list.
I thought we
Which-
pulled the sub-consultants directly from VAS.
No, we pull it from ORCMS.
Okay, RCMS then. This screen should only show the consultants from
Okay.
RCMS. What's the point of the other screen?
Okay, we can look at it. If it's pulling directly from our RCMS, then good. We can remove, what you're saying is right, that we can remove it from there and let it be here. Now, is this editable by you? Can you add? Just click on add.
No, not in
Yeah.
here. I don't know if it is maybe because no, it's
Okay.
not working. Maybe because
Right.
this LW doesn't have any data. Okay,
Yeah.
let me.
Yeah, could be. Okay.
So
You
how can I
pulled-
get a
No, you pulled
capacity?
24. The LNW number starts with what? 24? What is the
What,
LNW
sorry?
number?
Yeah,
What
these
is
are
the
dummies,
LNW?
right? 247387.
24 is no good. That is these other teams create for their testing purpose. That won't have everything. Take something realistic, 1314, something those series. This is actually this is a test item, Aldo, where you have to fetch out get a capacity project. So this is a test item where how do you get a capacity? How do you get a bunch of you got them, yeah, right. Now take another little realistic one. Yeah, look, you got data for it.
Let's see
Add.
if I can. Yes, I was able to add in here. Geotech civil.
The only thing that screen might be doing, Monica, is associating them with like categories.
No,
hoping
it actually used to get from RCMS, and but sometimes
Oh,
if there
great.
was some delay or something, we could add over here, over there, but it didn't serve much purpose. If this screen is fetching from RCMS directly, that's perfectly fine.
So can we just create a user story or an item to
Yeah,
remove sub-consultant menu item?
Stephanie
Yeah.
can note that.
Because
Okay.
it was a long time ago, Monica, that NBC thing happened, so nobody's complained, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
go
they
ahead and
never
remove
used
it.
to use it much.
I think we're okay removing it. And then this
Mhm.
screen should be the alternative. I know what you're saying, Monica. There is occasions when they haven't put it in RCMS yet, but really the users should be putting it in RCMS.
Yeah.
So we are sure that we're removing data screen from the menu items, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The what, sorry, Howard?
Yeah, that we're removing the screen, the subcontractor screen from
Yeah.
the or the subconsultant screen from the menu
Menu.
items, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the security table should be cleaned up for that item.
Yes. It's not urgent. It's just something we should have in the backlog.
Yeah.
You know, when you got nothing
okay.
to do.
Oh, that never happens.
Okay.
So come out of this page.
So subconsultants, LW additional attributes. We're looking at this.
These are the additional attributes which are defined here, and then they get used in the API page on the additional attribute tab. When we go to API page, we have project indicators, we have amounts tab, then we have additional attributes, the comments tab, and then we have additional attributes tab. The last tab is the additional attributes tab. And there, whatever we define here, they appear over there. And we could add enter the values against each of the attributes. So This is kind of flex fields for them, which they define the display order, the element name. So that becomes the label. And the element type is the couple of types allowed, like checkbox, calendar, and date, and I don't know, another one. And the element property, which is the size of it. So once this is defined here, we over there we enter the values against a project for these. Now the thing is, yeah, they're applicable to CIP and capacity both. There is no, yeah, there's no classification whether it's applies to CIP or capacity as of now. So whatever we define here, now there's a limit of 20 over here right now. So what users need more than that. So we have to, this is another story I think already in place, or maybe not. Stephanie, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah,
Where
have
we
it to
have
make
to,
some embedded.
okay, so where we have to expand it to let it allow more than 20 items. So right now they're 20. And the last time they had to do something, they had two which were not getting used, so they would change it and use it, but we have to expand it. So, and if you just want to, just for correlation, if you want to go to API page and just have a look at the additional attributes, you would see these appearing there. So you could see, because it would make more sense.
So this is also for capacity projects or for CIP project?
Both.
For both? Okay. Additional, that's true.
The last tab. Okay, yeah, this tab, yeah. So whatever was defined there has started appearing here, and whatever the data element type we define them as, date, checkbox, text box, and then values are entered against each of these flex attributes, and they're saved for the LLW.
Okay.
So that's what they are. That's the place where we define, this is the place where we use it. Okay, go back. Now the best screen is, no, now is reports. Okay, reports we have, I don't know why we have these 3 reports only, but phase reversal history. So this is, what are the 3 reports? Let me just see. The bundle, design bundle, and the last one is CAD unit tracking report. Okay. Phase reversal history is the alerts tab, the alerts menu item, whatever, when the project moves around in that alerts module, it goes from one department to another, being reviewed and all. I think this gives the history of where all it traveled for how, whatever it did. So if the project has gone through phase reversal, then only the history will come up. So what are the project level? Building
Oh,
ID?
LW or package?
Yeah, do package,
Okay.
because you might get better
Why
data.
select the building ID?
Yeah, select. I haven't used this much also. This is not a report where much issues or
There's
anything. No.
no data
Okay.
found.
Okay, there's nothing
if I
for that
select-
building. So basically, we have to find the right project, and then it'll just show the LLW number, design package, status from and to. So basically in that alert, what happens is it moves from one status to another. So here it'll show you status from, status to, and then date created, and what is the last one? Let me make it little big. I don't see it. Okay, you got something right. So basically, this is the design model, this is the package. What did you plug in for the retrieval? Building ID, right?
Yeah, I selected many buildings ID until I was able to get a package. And then
For the package. So basically it's showing you that package has these LLWs, and it moved from this station to this station and from this station to this station while the phase alert process was going on.
Okay, so this is basically a report that is showing how the package has been
Moved.
changing over time, right?
Not all its life cycle, but the phase alert module it went through, it's just showing that.
Okay.
Okay, wait. The mouse got
Oh.
stuck.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Whenever we're done going through everything, I have a hard stop at 1:30, but I was gonna ask you, Monica, if you can go through NTPs one more time.
NTP, we went through NTP? I don't even remember.
I don't think we did. If we did, I don't remember going through it, so that's why.
Yeah, we can go through. We can go through today maybe because
Yeah, we have like 8 minutes left.
okay, so basically this is a subset of the movement of the package within a certain domain. So these kind of things where I'm not giving too much detail or anything, you can just, the way you fetch data just now, just you could fetch and see, and then see what status the project is. So basically it did move. If for this package you go and see the status now, I think it's number beyond what you can go and see the status. It would be probably something not that is listed here. So basically this is just giving the subset of activities that it or statuses that it went through when it was going through the phase alert process. When it was being reviewed after cancellation of solicitation or anything. So where all did it go? It went to capital planning, it went to A&E department, it shows, because there are different pathways where it can go. It can go from one department to another or directly from one department out of it. So basically this shows where all it went through before it joined back in the mainstream. That's about it for this. And then next report is debundled design bundle. So this is when a design bundle gets debundled. After it's debundled, we can come here and see. It shows us the combination of that design. No, this is only the debundled design bundle would appear here. Something that has been debundled, that design bundle when you plug in, and it'll show the LLWs that were part of the design bundle when the design bundle was active. And then down below the other details. Who was the DPM, who was whatever. So basically, the design model stops appearing in the design model screen because it's debundled. But beyond that, if you want to see at what was the design bundle composed of, which LLWs, what was the estimates plugged in and everything, it's just a snapshot of its existence when it existed. This is little bit is used because sometimes when user asks, I do use myself and see things here. And then the third one is CAD unit tracking report, which I have not used much, but basically you plug in the consultant and some data to put in-house. I don't know, in-house they do CAD. I think CAD unit tracking report. This is again a SSRS report.
Yeah, although this is the one I have the user story for this sprint, so you can look into.
Okay.
And that and I
Mm.
think SMS tracking is not working. There's a report for it.
That I nailed down that these two, right? When the inside.
Yeah, you sent an email, I think.
Yeah, these two are also SSRS reports. Basically, I would prefer this approach that if issue is reported, the issue was reported for NTP. But usually what I do, I'm just telling my practice. It sometimes helps that I just check beyond that to see if there's anything else, which is a SSRS report. And that's when I picked up these two items and reported them. Otherwise, we had to wait for till the user reports it. So if any discrepancies also or something I get, I expand the search to a global search to see if there's anything else which is disturbed of the same nature. It increases my work, but eventually, sooner or later, it has to come, so it gets addressed.
Okay.
So this is another CAD unit tracking data which they enter under the design bundle page. There's a CAD unit tracking module. That data appears here with different filters. That's it. This was requested by the user, so there's a report. Like actually, ideally, there could be a report for many modules, but I think they don't require, so they only who have asked for. We have printouts, lot of printouts and forms, and here some reports over here, some MIS reports here. The next is the security, which is Simon's domain, right? Basically, Simon and some other management people have been given access to the security maintenance, but most of the time Simon is handling it. Where we have this, I think, but I'll just tell briefly. We have divided into groups. Groups have business functions under it. Big business functions have different screens. That's the hierarchy followed. And the screens have screen elements, and the security is element based. Down the line, a lot of groups have been defined where they've, if you see view estimates, and if you see, I can tell a couple of others, I don't remember on top of my head, which don't have the further classification. So they've just been used just as a definition, and then you check against if you're a member of that group, you have access to the page or something, and otherwise you don't. But ideally, the original design was a hierarchical design where group has business functions has screens have screen element. The same business function could belong to a different group also. So there was a priority code assigned to each group, and the lower the number, it takes precedence, right, Simon? I think so.
Yeah, I think so, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
because read only is 999, right? So yeah, the
Yeah,
lower the number, the higher
so
precedent.
if the same business function or the same screen belongs to two different groups, like a screen could belong to two different groups because the screen is a part of two different business functions. So that little bit data, if you see, then you would realize how it's spread out. And sometimes the issues are related to priority, where you give access to two groups and there's priority code clashes and overrides. Like we think we are giving access to them, but the other group takes over precedence and then takes away because in the other group it's invisible. This is one of the cases of form security, Simon, where shipper user, if you give shipper user along with AE forms general, shipper user takes precedence and it has everything forms as invisible. So that becomes invisible. So that is one of the issues. So I was thinking for shipper user, I don't know how often they both are assigned together, but if we come across an issue again, we can make it 200. I think that has a priority code of 200. We can make it 201. Both have 200, I think. So that is one issue we know of, but whose battery is running low?
Mine,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. So basically this, I think everybody is familiar. I don't know, Stephanie, how familiar you are with it. But this is something means that if you know it, sometimes you can answer and you would know over the period of time which which groups are to be associated for what functionality.
Yeah, I think I still need like a little bit more insight on like the groups, I guess, and
You
the
know,
like the breakdown.
in the dev environments, Aldo has given security access, means security maintenance access to all of us.
Okay.
So that if you just spend some time, look around, you'll get familiar to it.
Yeah,
Just
I'll play around
browse a
with
little, that's it. It doesn't have any math involved, nothing. So just,
There's no science to it. Okay.
yeah, no science, no formulas, no validations, just this, that the same screen or the same functionality can exist at two places and there's priority and just little bit familiarity is what you would need. That's it. So this has this basically now we've covered mainly the main menu items. You wanted to go to NTP, right?
Yeah, but I have a meeting at 1:30 right now, so we might have to do
Okay.
NTP on Thursday.
Okay. Okay, we can take that up later.
All right, guys. Have a great day. Stay warm.
You too. Thank you.
Okay,
Bye.
thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, bye.